here we have our polywood, just plywood board. And here we have stud, and we also have insulation. Inside the stud is called batt insulation. And here we also have our vapor barrier to resist the vapor come into the inside the exterior wall to damage the frame. And here we have our gypsum board or some cement board in some wet environment. Here you can see this thing is just a very important thing you need to know is just two barrier. One is outside. It's called air barrier. It's like this. You can see that. It will, when some when it rains, the rainwater maybe some penetrated into inside it, and they drop under this air barrier and will drop down, slide down. It's like that. But the air can change inside to outside, because if there is some vapor inside it, you need to deliver the vapor outside, because otherwise it will damage the frame, because all the frame is by wood, so it's functioning. It's like this. And you can also see that if the rain penetrated inside here, and the drop is from here, and we have our flashing. We call that flashing, and we drop on the air barrier, and just like that, and we can from here go outside. And this, so the function of about the two barrier. This is air barrier. This is a vapor barrier. Vapor barrier is just like this. It's a thick. It's a thick plastic. You can buy it in Home Depot, Rana Depot, or on the market.
Polyethylene sheets.
Sorry.
Polyethylene sheets.
Yeah. It's just you can see the thickness about 6 mil or 1.15 millimeters. It's something like that. The function is different between the vapor barrier and the air barrier. Air barrier is just resist the rainwater, and to let the vapor inside come out. But for the vapor barrier inside, it should be resist all the vapor inside the wall. That's what that function. And we can see that the last image show the water will comes down, and we will find a way to go out. Now we can see here. It's called we pour. I think every 4 pieces of brick we have we pour. It's just I think maybe ½ inch or 1/4. You can the water come here and it can go outside. It's for brick. It's for brick veneer. You can see that like that. It goes out. So it's I think it's very logical. I think. But for this things it's called siding. It's all of here is just I think about vinyl. It's vinyl siding. But here we don't need that. We just keep it and keeps in there to put on the wall on the frame. That's it. For this is simple. Now we talk about outside of the exterior wall. Now we talk about indoor. We almost have 2 types of dry wall. We can call them dry wall. This is for some drier environment. It's gypsum board. That one, I think, for me, it's a new thing about this. And before that, I never knew about it. It's called cement board. In my country, there are different ways to do something like this. This one is just for some wet environment. It's called cement board. If you want to do some, you need to work in the kitchen or almost in the bathroom. You need to resist the water, so we need to put the cement boards. It's not gypsum board here.
It's for
much
waterproofing
better.
purpose.
Yeah, it's much better.
Waterproofing, yeah.
It's much better. And this is much stronger. It's not only put on the wall. You can put it on the floor. It's very strong. It doesn't matter if you put it on the floor and after you can pass the tire. It doesn't matter. It's very strong. It's good for this.
It's waterproof.
Now we talk about insulation, because insulation is very important thing for the single family house. So I know about it. My house in Montreal is about 1950s. When I renovated it, I found inside the wall there was no insulation, I think. So for some old house, I think maybe 50s, and I don't know, maybe some don't have their insulation there. It's very bad, you know. It means you will spend more money in winter. The winter here is very long. It's almost half year. You will spend a lot of money on it. So I think if you bought an old house, first of all, you need to check the insulation there. If it's no insulation, when you renovate it, you must remember to put some insulation there. As possible as you can, I think. It's your benefit.
Thermal insulation, you mean, correct? Thermal insulation for the temperature.
Yeah. It's almost you can see here, all around Canada. Now we have all the insulations there. It's a mandatory, you know, but before we don't have it. So it's a
It's for thermal transfer?
Yeah. Yes, you know, because you know here it's very cold. It's
Yeah.
almost the winter is minus 20, minus 30. It's very cold. It's the temperature difference is very huge. So it's even in summer you will keep the cold air inside it. Yeah,
And the
it will save you money.
specification, special specification for this?
Specification, I can tell you, you can board it, you can buy it in Granite Depot or Home Depot. It's called the R11 or R12. That means the resistance of this material. If the R value is go up, it means more
More
capacity
insulation.
for the insulation. Yeah, you can even I think almost we use for some normal house we use R11. It's enough. It means what? If the wall you don't have insulation, the total R value is about 4 or 5. If you put this one, it's like what? 11 plus 5 is 16. It's like that. So it's a big difference, I think. So you need to pay attention about this. And you can also see upper floor and in the basement. We also have it. You remember the image I showed before, that the rigid insulation outside. Now we can see inside. If we keep this, we don't need the rigid insulation outside. Yeah. Now we talk about the roof. We almost have for here. There are a lot of shapes of the roof, but anyway, we just have 4 styles. 4 styles is very normal. It's called sham, gamble, and flat and hip. I think it's for single family, almost like this 4 styles. And you can see for the roof, the element is called trusses. Now, almost for single house, whatever we have the trusses, if we have our slope roof, almost we need these trusses. It's fabricated. It's from manufacturing, not put it, not do these things inside. It's not. It's just to put it. It's just a transport from the manufacturer and put it there.
As per the required size,
Yeah.
they manufacture as
It almost manufactured. It's not made inside. This you can see is all kind of this structure what it looks like. Now is your some element of the roof. You can see it, the slope is the rafter, and reinforced one is quarter beam, and this is a rigid board. It's just the name.
All made of wood or steel?
Yeah. Almost the wood, because you know in Canada wood is much economical. It's not you can see like cheap. It's
Do you know,
economical. I think.
Do you know which kind of the wood they use for the trusses in
for-
Canada?
Sorry.
Do you know which kind of the wood they use?
I think they call it soft number.
Sorry.
Soft number.
Okay.
It's not a one kind of wood. It's maybe some kind of wood. It's like
But the trusses is very important.
Engineers?
not engineer is like you know it puts some material. It's not a number. Number is just from the tree and you cut it. That's a number. But engineering is just fabricated. You put something in there, put some glue and but that is much better. It's light. It's stronger.
Yes,
than
it's
this one.
stronger.
Yeah, it's stronger. It's much stronger.
Yeah.
But you know why we always use some number here? For the number, you know, always we have a radius or some section. It's bigger. It's the whole thing.
Yes.
So for firefighter, it's for something you need to resist the fire. The number is much better than the engineering ones.
The manufactured one.
I can't understand.
It's already treated.
It's you
Composite,
know what?
yeah.
It's because it has a section, right? It's maybe 2 by 10 or 10 by 10. It's very big one.
Yeah.
If let's say there is a fire there, it will damages the core of the
Oh,
number.
yes.
It's
No,
very
no,
slow. You
no,
can't
no,
justify.
no,
You can so
yeah.
it's stronger for
Yeah.
fire, I think. So we have some beam. We don't use an important beam. It's just for
Sometimes
number.
I observe that in the bottom of these trusses, they use the steel girders, and the rest all the wooden planks.
Yeah.
The main
This can
framing-
also can
the main
be
frame.
used for
Because
corner
I
or
think that I
something.
observe here, I think that they protect
But
for the
you
fire,
know
fire
this
protection.
is expensive.
Yeah,
That's very expensive. Yes, I
search
think.
here, this is
If
expensive.
you need the span, if you need a very huge span, I think.
But
it
you
will
give
need
me
to
very
be-
good knowledge that they didn't build here at site, they bring from other side. This
Yeah.
is-
So
There
I
will be
think-
specialist people who do this.
Do you know
Yeah.
where
Manufacturing.
can they build, is there any special
Manufacturing.
fund here, they make this factory in trusses, do you know
So-
the
so-
sources of where we can find these trusses?
Yeah, I can think you can go around Toronto. You can find it. If you can find some site, just they build some house, you can find it. I think.
Okay.
Mm.
And here we have a roof framing. I just show this image just for make you know about it. If we have an opening there for the skylight, it's simple. We have an opening. We just double the materials. That's okay.
Mm.
Just for reinforced. You can see the double rafter, double plate. That's it. And here we can see the plywood board to cover the roof. It's also very simple.
This is
just
the-
the same thing
This
for
is
the
the special
exterior
ship
wall.
light, that's called this, I think. the
No,
ship.
it's just like this.
Oh.
It's almost like this. You need
But his
you
density
need to
is very,
separate them.
his density is very hard.
Yeah, it's density. I think it's very density, and it's stable.
Yeah, still.
Yeah. So we
And
also
it's
use
very-
this for the roof or
It
the
works
exterior
on the
wall.
moment. So it needs strong.
I make it practical.
And here we have the covering about the single home. The first one is wood, the second one is asphalt, the third one is metal, the last one is masonry. I think here for this asphalt
Yes.
is very normal. It's cheap. It's
This
easy
is
to
available
change.
here in a bundle shape. When you purchase at home shop, this is available here in the bundle shape, then that rate is sheet, right?
Yeah, you can also buy this.
Yeah.
All of the things you can buy from Home Depot. You
Yeah.
can do it
No,
yourself.
no, I'm
It's not
talking
bad.
about this is not available as in shape of the tile. This is available in a shape.
Yeah, it's almost
shape
like
of
a
sheet.
rectangular
Shape of
or
sheet.
yeah, yeah.
It look like tile.
You know how to do that? It's just to put there and
And
put
put
some nail.
nail.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah,
I
yeah.
know.
It's just like it's
This is
simple.
this
It's
is
simple
special.
to install and it's simple to repair it. It's simple.
Yeah.
But and
But it's heavy.
It's very cheap. I think it's very cheap here.
It's asphalt.
Yeah, it's very cheap. Basically, but this is okay. This is very expensive. You don't need that. And this is very heavy. You know, it's for
I
danger
add
for-
something here. You repair your roof only 2 times or 3 times. After 3 times, you remove all the insulation of the roof and then.
I'm not sure.
Real-
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I
I
think
dis-
for
I discussed with the-
for asphalt shingle is almost 8 or 10 years you will
Yeah,
change them.
During the 8 or 10 years,
Yeah,
you can
maybe it's
replace
too long.
3
I think
times
for
only.
me, I think every 5 years I will change that. Because here it's different. It's the temperature difference is so huge. And now we talk about we call it attic ventilation. We call it attic ventilation. This step is very important for the roof, to keep your roof safe and long-term safe, I think. You can see here. I think all of you maybe have the chance to see in the winter. You can see that. You can see ice dam outside outside around the roof. But I will tell you, it's not good. If you see that, it means the insulation of the roof is not good. You need to improve it. You need to repair it. Why? I will show you after. This called screen vent is just for vent for the roof, for inside the roof. And now you can see how the attic ventilation operation. Well, now we can see all the layer of the roof, the asphalt shingle, the plywood board, the rafter, the insulation here. And you can see it's not still, it's the air always moved like this. So it's a typical one for the single family's house roof. You can see like that, the soffit, we have some screen, like that screen vent. You remember that, the screen vent? The cold air come from here, and through this narrow space and go inside attic, and go out, and go on the top, and go outside. That's very important to keep the roof safe, to keep the temperature inside. Because you see, we don't put insulation here. We just put insulation here. That's enough. Because we need to make all the attic, make it ventilation all the time. That's very important. You can see this. This called attic ventilation is just like this. We put it there just to make sure the air can go through the edge of the roof, just to make sure you can get it. When we see some ice dam here, it means what? It means maybe here, insulation damage. The inside temperature influence here, and make the snow outside melt. So we have the ice dam. If you see that, it means you have some problem with the roof. So that's the end of the presentation. I hope it is helpful. Maybe in the future when you buy our new house, when you repair or renovate your old one, I think it's helpful.
You just made me think that I need $100,000 to.
Yeah.
do all
I
kinds of
read
things in my
you
business.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
I think it's simple. I just try to deliver some
Or you
information. I think.
explain slide to slide.
Can you please send me this presentation?
Yeah, we need your presentation.
I have one question.
If you can forward your presentation to us.
Jack, Mr. Jack,
Yeah,
I have
everyone need your
one
presentation.
one question. You said a freezing line.
Yeah.
What is the freezing line?
Frozen line you cut, but in Canada, it means what? When in the winter, the temperature is very low, right?
Mm.
From the ground, down.
How much depth?
It's almost. I don't know here.
Oh.
I know in Montreal and Quebec, I will have a standard for some from municipality. It's just 4 feet. Almost we keep the footing. The
Under
bottom-
this freezing line?
No, we keep the
So that's how
bottom.
far you have to dig
Yeah.
to go just
Yeah,
below
that's
that
very
freezing
important.
point.
But
Mm.
for some area, different is a very different story. We need to talk about underground water level. But here we.
Yeah,
talk
I know
about
underground
this.
water level.
Yeah,
But
but here
here
it doesn't matter.
The footing will be, let's say this is the ground.
Yeah.
We have the freezing line for
Yeah, yeah.
4 feet.
You
Then
make
the
the
footing will
bottom-
be under.
You made the bottom under the freezing line.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay.
But in Montreal, we always keep the 14th bottom is about underground 5 feet.
Okay.
Make it more safe. It's just
Okay.
that.
So each
So-
provision, each area have a standard for the
Yeah,
freezing.
yes, because you know the what word longitudinal or
Longitude.
or
The depth.
Yeah.
It's longitude.
Longitude is different. So
Yeah.
north is more cold.
More
but
cold, yeah.
if you go to the south, it's more warmer.
Yes.
It's different. It's
Yes,
different. I talk about this just in Quebec. It's not here. Maybe here is much much more difficult.
Thank you.
Longitude and latitude.
I
It's
have
the
a
globe.
question.
Latitude.
For
Latitude.
the roof,
Yeah.
one of asphalt, and which one is best?
I think the best one, the luxury one, is masonry. I think, but you don't need it. It's too expensive and it's very heavy. Maybe you can choose the starter is just like a 2x8. But if you choose this one, this masonry, it's because it's very heavy. You make your columns, make the beam is much more bigger. It means much more money. You don't need this. Because that's is enough. I think.
Everything will be okay with the cheap one, right?
Yeah. It's again, it's not cheap. It's economical. I think for everything you can pay for it if you like it. But this for most of us, we balance your value and cost. That's it.
So if we are buying a house which is 10 years old, so we should ask them whether the roof has been changed or not.
You don't need. You just ask some professional one to do this air report.
Like
Okay.
you,
That's it.
like you.
No, I'm not. Just,
There is
that's
specific-
again, that's normal information. It's not a special.
So the foundation that we have that being constructed is just to protect the house from the freezing temperature or from the
Yeah.
That's-
It's just here. We don't think about the what do you like say after say this called underground water level. We don't think about because we saw it before, just in Montreal. We saw some inside some they dig a very deep hole. It's almost 5 meters. You can't see the water come from bottom. That means what? That means the water level is very low.
Very low.
It doesn't matter. But in my hometown, it's a different story. My last project, when the contractor dig a hole, it's just I think no more than 1 meter. The water come out. It's different. So, but here I think it's safe. It's different.
Is there any specific reason for basement having water during the time of rain? Because we are staying in a basement.
Yeah.
It is somewhere around 10 years old, like 10, 12 years.
I think it's always for basement. If you have insulation, if you have a French drain, it doesn't matter. It's safe enough.
But water is coming only during when it is raining.
Yes.
It's coming from the
Same
floor,
here.
side.
Yes,
The drainage.
Sometimes we don't put insulation in the basement wall, but I think it's better.
think it's
It's
necessary.
better, it's better. It's actually recipient money for
There
I
is
think
some- there is
the
some,
drainage should be
design
done.
system of the waterproofing or protection for the.
Yeah, I think now it's mandatory.
Yes.
You need to put insulation
Front
here.
drains there.
Here they do. Here
You
they
can,
do.
you can't say that.
You said that the French drain is buried on the soil on the ground.
Yes,
So
almost at the same level of the top of the footing. It's just to connect the storm rainwater.
So how can we check this quality? If it is still.
I think for single house in Canada, every single house has their own report. Before you buy something, buy the house, you need to get the report.
From
If
the
you can't
inspector.
get the entire report, I think maybe you're not that, why they don't have the document. It should be. You should get the report.
No one can sell the house without getting the report from the.
No,
inspector.
no,
one can.
you know,
Yeah.
even here a lot of cheating. You know.
Really?
I know it. A lot of cheating.
Can you phone here?
Yeah, absolutely. Everywhere, here or.
I think there is not a cheating.
Yeah. They just keep something going. Yeah, that's also cheating.
Don't say this is cheating. Sometimes when I want to purchase the house and he is the owner of the house,
Yeah.
he want to sell the house and he takes.
But you know why?
Just I explain.
For
Let me finish.
owner, there is have some responsibility to give you everything. You just buy a car. You need all the report before it. I think
Yes, I explain you.
as possible as you can.
I explain you the situation. He is the owner and I want to buy his house. Okay. His house cost is 500,000
Yeah.
as per the market, property market.
Yeah.
And his house needs 50,000 for the maintenance.
Yeah.
And then he get a report from the inspector that my house is complete. And inspector write in the report that this house need this rectification, this rectification. They calculate this all the rectification from the rectification agencies.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then they give the report that all the rectification need 50,000.
You
Then,
know- you
then
know what?
I talk to the owner.
Yeah.
Okay, I will purchase this
Yeah.
house on as a still condition. You give me on 400,000.
That's a different story. That's about
Yes.
money.
But
The
no
point
one can-
is
no one can cheat, I think, here.
The point is like that. They should give you all the information they know
This is
about
not
it.
responsibility of owner. This is inspector.
Yeah,
of
I
ins-
think.
This is the responsibility of inspector who
I
visited
think if
the
our owner
site.
have his, if our owner is.
No, no,
I think-
owner is not
I
expert
thi-
for the
I
building.
think he's a decent person. It's a decent man.
Here, I think-
He should give you everything about the house.
Here I think
That's
it is the responsibility of inspector. When you
No,
go on
you-
website.
No,
here-
you can't for
If
that.
you
They
are
try
buying
their
a
best.
house, I bought a house, or I
Yeah.
bought a house, it's up to you whether you're going to request inspection or not. This seller of the house it's just up to their conscience to tell you if there
Yeah,
are
I
issues.
think,
But I
maybe
don't-
it
no.
might be I wrong.
Yeah.
But you can't sell your house
He
without
you know,
it.
he will try,
Without
will
it.
try his
Because you
best
sell
to
your house
tell you
through the
something.
property dealer.
Yeah.
No, if I want to sell my house, I go to the Mr. Hanan. Mr. Hanan is the property. Mr. Hanan doesn't entertain me. If you don't know, Mr. Hanan is the property dealer, and he directly contact and visited you to your house with the inspector, and he keep your house report, but you don't know.
That would
Even-
not be
Are you
my
agree?
experience.
No, no.
This is law.
Even he give you some report, it doesn't mean he include everything. It maybe has something.
But you did, not the owner, right?
No,
You as a buyer.
You know,
as a
my
buyer,
friend,
that's
my
what you
friend
did.
is purchased one building before 1 year in Toronto, and he has that report. What is inside the house, and then he repaired that house from the 1 year after make several offices on.
He probably requested it himself.
It's not, if, just
Yeah,
listen,
normally
this, if
flats
he
you have to
requested and
pay
this
some
system is not
electricity.
generated, the system is failed.
Bedroom
You know,
proof
but
in
this is wrong.
Okay, so the houses in
Smell
Canada
of
in general are
America,
so
Turkey,
poorly built that if sellers reported exactly, or were
I
under
want to
obligations,
look
report
into
exactly the
it.
condition of their houses, no one would ever want to buy these houses. That's how bad.
Maybe I
that
don't
area
agree with,
Yeah.
with your opinion,
quantity
because
ज़्यादा
it's
है
not
आपकी,
poorly built.
पैसे ज़्यादा
This
हैं।
house life is minimum. You know the concrete
But
house.
that's
Yes, I
that's
tell
putting
you,
it into my
I tell you,
definition.
as per the
Bed
engineering
linen, sofa linen.
specification,
Yeah.
the concrete house
Oh,
built for the 100 years.
Yeah.
The wooden house is not built for the 100 years. They can give you the guarantee, they can give you the guarantee for the structure 100 years. Because the all structure has been made as per the engineering code. But they can't give you the guarantee of the wooden structure.
Well, that's true, but I think, just
हाँ,
the
कुछ
fact
होते हैं,
that
कुछ
the houses
अपने
are built
home built
not
से
to
नहीं।
last more than
एक
half a
मिनट।
generation, you know what I mean? That's the very definition
हम
of
लोग तो खुद
poor
जाके
build. It's like,
वो लाके
you
दिया
want
था
to build a
लेकिन-
house
Every
that will
apartment
last
can
a
have
couple
a
of
return.
generations.
They have asked a very good engineer. I am not talking about
No,
engineer.
No, I mean, you're talking about oranges, I'm talking about apples, like, I think that's the disagreement, but, I just wish that there was